Invitational. We've got a whole lot of other stuff, a lot of trending golf news. But guys, even if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you drop your comments for all the stuff we're going to talk about below, because we're going to be reading the comments.
Yes, we are. Sure. Yes, we are. And it's the Arnold Palmer, one of my favorite. By the way, someone's in a tree right now. I can't wait to see what happens. But
we're
guys,
watching it.
We're watching it as we're talking.
Exactly.
But welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. And this week, running late. Didn't brew the coffee. It was a drive-through and go. But hey, cheers.
Cheers. Happy Friday.
Hope you guys got your coffees. Happy Friday. Lots to talk about. Like you said, guys, let's dive right into it. Let's go. All right. First
I'm
of all,
pull some comments up here.
Yeah, let's pull some comments up. Again, want to take a second. Everybody's joining in. Again, welcome to Coffee and Golf. Every Friday, mark your calendars. 10 a.m. We dive in. We talk about the week's trending topics. And the first thing we got to do is we got to talk about Morikawa, right?
Yes.
From last week. And also, I know, making cuts, making bucks segment. This close, man. This close to getting three in a row.
So close to the hat trick.
So close, man. I had Koepka last week. I'm texting Mike on Saturday. I'm like, look at the leaderboard, man. I'm like, things are happening, right?
You sent me the old eyes emojis.
That's right. I'm like, we're going to make this happen.
Yep.
And then, second still strong. But I tell you what, nobody was catching Morikawa with what he was doing. And it's just impressive what this kid has done. I mean, take a look at this statistic, Mike. He becomes, with Tiger Woods, the only person under 25 to have a major and a WGC win.
That's incredible.
It just is incredible. And it just shows you, in 4 wins at the age of 24. But I'll tell you what.
Just goes to show you. Look at Tiger.
What's the other thing you see in this graphic?
24 wins.
24 wins at 5 majors by the age of 24. Unbelievable. Of course, we're all hoping to see Tiger get well soon. We're going to talk more about Tiger in a few minutes. But I'll tell you what do you guys, let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts on Morikawa? I mean, I am just so impressed with this kid, what he can do. The fact that he's already showing himself as being a winner on the big stages with a major and a WGC.
And 2 tough tournaments. I mean, Concession and TPC Harding Park. I mean, PGA Championship, which we've got the flag for. So if we ever get Colin in studio, we got to get him the script on that one. But he's, I think a force to be reckoned with. I think he's going to win a lot more this year. I think he could win another major this year. He's 4th in the world now, just like this. So I think sky's the limit for him.
And speaking of young guns here, Ashton's asking what our thoughts on Victor Hovland are, and we're going to dig into that. So stay tuned. We got to be talking about a bunch about that in our Making Cuts and Making Bucks segment. But yeah, it's true. And Brent says he's clutch. It's just, I think you can expect to see a lot of big things from him. And one thing that I caught that was too funny, I don't know if you caught this subtle thing, but when he went to lift the trophy, did you see he checked the lid?
Forever he'll do that. I'm sure forever.
Now he's got to do it every time.
Every time.
Because who can forget the lid falling off when he won the PGA? But I want to just hop in this. I saw this on Instagram the other day. We had to repost it because it's one of those things you can watch on loop. Take a look at Morikawa's swing from the range. I mean, it's no wonder that this kid wins. Just so pure. One of the best, if you ask me, one of the best ball flights on tour. Just straight, reliable.
I wish I had a swing like that.
And I think this is where the guys who you see win kind of regularly are guys who have such a fundamentally sound swing that even the weeks when they don't have it, like you're going to get guys who are going to catch it. They're going to get hot. We're going to talk in a second. We're going to talk, of course, about the opposite side of the spectrum, Rickie Fowler, what's going on with him right now. I want to hear you guys take on that. We're going to talk about Jason Day, who's kind of coming back. But you get a guy like Morikawa. He's got a swing that can handle the pressure, and he can be in the mix even when he's not hot.
Oh, definitely. And this tournament, I'm watching Rickie now. This poor guy. Oh, man. But anyway, I lost my train of thought because I just keep watching Rickie struggle on the screen. I got to stop looking over here.
Just Joshin says Colin Tempo Morikawa. That's just it. The tempo. I'm gonna play that for anybody who's just hopping on now. Play that one more time. Take a look at this.
It's
swing.
Just tempo I'm jealous of.
And we said explaining in emojis. One that I love was it was like with the turtle emojis, like slow, and then fast. Because it's just true.
Because he does take it back slow.
What a nice controlled takeaway, and then he just comes
just
through
rips
that ball
through
with just so much power. So I think we're going to see a lot. But let's I want to talk about the Arnold Palmer. One lead into that, let's talk a little bit about Rickie, because I think that's what everybody's saying. And if you're watching along here, Colby says, will Rickie ever win again? If you're watching along as we are here, we're seeing Rickie struggle yet again today. But I personally
got off to a hot start. But
yeah, I don't like the comments that I heard the commenter saying earlier that is he going to get to a point where there's no return? I'm not of that thinking.
I don't believe in that.
I'm not of that thinking. I think that he's lost it right now. He's lost his form. He's lost his confidence. We're seeing him do stuff that he's never done before, which is missing a lot of his spots on approaches. Yep. And Rickie has always had that incredibly reliable short game around the greens. It's just not happening.
He just looks lost.
But yeah, and here he goes. Brandon says Rickie just needs to figure it out. I hope he does. I definitely think that he's going to do it. But it's true. Right now, he is struggling. It doesn't look like himself. But here's the opposite side of that spectrum. We're seeing Jason Day start to reemerge, who was world #1 golfer, kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
And now is coming back. It just shows you it's something that happens. These guys
seems like it happens to a lot of these guys. They get hot.
It definitely does.
They lose a little bit of the momentum. They fall off. And look, here's you and I were trying to talk before, like, what is it about Rickie? What's the common variable? What about those irons, those new Rickie irons? Is this the first season he put them into play?
Yeah, and those are the ones that he
I mean, we can't just blame the irons, but that is something different.
Yeah, but you know what? It's also, like I said, it's his short game, too. The wedges, and where you can see it. It's just, I don't know. Brandon Fowler says, got to start representing those Fowlers. There you go. But I just think that it's something that he will bounce back from. I think that it's just going to take a little bit of time. These guys will have a stretch like this. We saw, like I said, with Jason Day, and now we're seeing Jason Day start to reemerge a little bit. But one more time, it just brings you back. I know the conversation always, all roads lead to Tiger, but it just shows you how impressive and on the other side of the spectrum it is for Tiger to do what he did and to hold that world #1 for years. Because I think we sometimes think of it as like catastrophic. The sky is falling when these guys do this, but it's true. They all ebb and flow.
Oh, yeah.
They all do.
And Tiger was world #1 for like 9,000 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got here on Rickie?
Yeah, and everyone's saying something. Pete, thanks for weighing in. He says it swings and rebounds. Everyone has their ups and downs. Just so true. But let's talk about the Arnold Palmer Invitational. It's a special place, for us. Mike, I mean, you want to tell them a little bit about that backstory?
Yeah, I mean, it was the spot of the Pro-Am. I've always wanted to play in a Pro-Am. That was my big thing. That was like my bucket list. Finally got the opportunity. We went in 2018. And that was kind of really the start of the Golficity vlogs and things like that. We were able to turn on the cameras, which we filmed the whole thing on the iPhone.
Yeah, we did.
Because that was the rules of the PGA Tour. We couldn't have cameras. They were cool enough to let us do it. But the course, being in Arnie's lodge, Arnie, he already passed by the time. So it's unfortunate because I know he would have been in there that night at that party. Yeah. Rickie Fowler was there as the tournament host. We were able to take a photo with him and Peter Jacobson.
Yep.
But it was missing that presence of Arnie. And, I regret that. But, hey, it was such a cool experience, and I got a ton of memories.
But it was also...
I mean, you felt Arnie there,
right?
For
Even
sure.
Though, hold on, let me adjust these levels. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the feedback saying that a little bit different there. But that's a live show. But
maybe I'm just amped up.
Maybe Mike he just hit that coffee too hard.
He's
amped up. But I think that yes, he wasn't there, but at the same time, Arnie was there. You and I have been to so many different tournaments, and I've never been to a place that has this tangible feel amongst all of the people who are helping. And that's the reason these tournaments run, is because of the volunteers. The revere that they had for Arnie and Arnie's place, it was just on the tip of everyone's tongues. It was just, you could just feel it. And that's a tournament that's run by Arnie's Army. But it was amazing.
And the whole lodge itself, it's almost, there's no frills to it. It looks like an old, dated ski lodge.
Yeah, they kept it the way he liked it.
The way he liked it. But then you step outside of it and you have this amazing course.
Hey, Pitt Panthers is asking, will Bryson drive #6? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Yes, we will.
We're going to talk about that's going to be a nice transition. But so going back to it, we were there a couple of years ago. It truly is a special place. Mike got to play it. But again, let's use that right now. Let's talk about it. Because we're going to talk about how you played that hole. 555 yards. I don't know if you guys caught this. Did you guys see Bryson the other day? I'm going to put this up on the screen. Trying to drive it. Now, it's three. I think he said 340 to carry it directly. When they say 555, this hole wraps all the way around the lake. But one thing I noticed in this, he was getting remarkably close. And look at that wind. When that wind is up that much that it's like you can see it blowing on his shirt, it's significant. And I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen it since John Daly to try to go for it when he posted, what, a 13 on 18. That hole? 18 on that hole?
Posted an 18.
But I'm all for entertainment. I want to see him try to do it.
Yeah, if he's downwind, I think he's going to do it.
Yeah, he thinks.
I think so because it just makes sense.
Right.
I mean, you can cut it to the way this hole wraps around. You don't have any aerial of this, right?
Unfortunately, no. But
the way it wraps around, it's just like a big, huge wrapping left to right, like horseshoe dog leg. Where the green, you could theoretically reach it with a poke. Long drive hitters will reach it with good wind. So, but you have the ability to go a little more right and take the safer route and hit it in that fairway cut like 30 yards off,
right,
which will shorten that to maybe 320, 310, whatever the case may be. So I could see maybe Sunday, Saturday, whatever. I mean, if you need those strokes, if Bryson needs those strokes and it's downwind,
Steven thinks you can drive it, Mike.
No way, man. I appreciate it, Steven, but I played that one a little bit safer.
You did, and we'll show you that in a second. And one thing I do want to say is, like I said, the entertainment value. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to our podcast, make sure you do so, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, because next week on the show, we just recorded our interview with Bubba Watson. And Bubba has a great take on this. We talked to him, and we asked him, what do you think? Because Bubba, he's been known as the long drive guy for so long. We asked him, what did he think about these next level distances that we're seeing from Bryson and Cameron? And Bubba talks about how they're entertainers.
Yeah.
And they're there to entertain us. And it's an interesting take. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you guys check out that. Brandon says Kyle Berkshire would do it with a 5-wood. Didn't Kyle give that a crack?
No, another long drive guy did. Forgot his name, but he gave it a try. I don't know if he made it or not. He could have. Golf Digest airs it every year on Instagram.
Yeah,
it's from a couple years ago. Yeah, no. I mean, it's a tough hole, especially with that wind. And most people can't reach that.
Hey, shout out to Manny. Thanks. Appreciate it. Always appreciate the support. But okay, so let's jump in and let's talk about that. Mike, you had. So I've always, someone tweeted this the other day, and I was like, it hit a bell with me because my brother and I have always talked about my brother Joe. He's like, he doesn't even really watch golf, and he said, I've always wanted to have an amateur in the field, like a true amateur, not like the world, the number one amateur.
One of us.
We want like your weekend warrior to play in the field just to show as a perspective of a pace of how everybody else plays.
Love it.
It would be incredible. But anyway.
But don't they do that at Augusta?
Yes, but that guy is scratch. He's just there to keep the pace going. He's one of the Augusta members.
Got it.
Because they have to keep the pace. But I'm saying they should just bring anybody from your local muni and just have them somewhere in the field just to kind of give you perspective.
The place was hard enough from the amateur teams, I can imagine.
But check this out. So Mike played it for the amateur tees. Walk us through this, Mike. You played that hole.
All right, so we had some wind that day. I remember I had a great drive, and the second shot, you could see all the water there. Had a really good second shot that I ended up hitting this one by like underneath a tree, like on this like mulch patch. Third shot you won't see here, but we were talking about it, and then I hit up to the green to about there. As you saw, I had a nice little maybe 10-footer, and I made it right in there for birdie. Molinari, he was in a little tighter than me. He made his birdie too.
He made his birdie too. Of course, playing from their tees. But I tell you what, it does feel good to get a little,
I can forever say I birdied that.
Molinari.
Yeah.
But it is just, Bay Hill is just an incredible place. The place is so pure. And like I said, all that history, the Arnie statue, everything like that.
Jeff Knox.
Tommy says, get a 9-10 handicap each week. Yikes. Yeah, it would be dangerous. It would give you even more respect and perspective for what these, especially if you're not a regular golf watcher. If you're just somebody who casually tunes in, you might just think like, this is how people play the game. And you don't realize the incredible elite level they're playing at until you take it against somebody who's not a pro and just trying.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Could you imagine the DraftKings salary for Bert Sampson CPA? Hey, I'm 3,500 this week. I'm in the field at Bay Hill. I'm a 13 handicap.
Ashton says, I don't know what was better in that clip, Mike's golf game or his outfit style.
In the clip?
In the clip. That was a while ago. Back then, I think you were wearing some Nikes there.
No.
I think I saw you wearing Nikes in that clip. I mean, this is pre-foot.
I might have had Nike shoes on, the Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
But the rest of the outfit I remember was all foot joy.
There you go. All right. So anyway,
Plan that outfit for weeks.
Look, it's interesting to see how that pans out. I would love to see it. Like I said, I want to see it. I want to see Bryson go for it. I saw somebody else in the comments too who said he's not going to actually go for the green. He's going to aim about 40 yards right, which still is an impressive feat if he is able to carry. Because we're talking about carry that ball about 320. He can take that line. We're going to start. We call it the Tiger line. We're going to start calling it the Bryson line, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he can wedge it in and possibly walk out of there with, an eagle.
Exactly. Could be an eagle.
It could be a huge momentum
Could
swing.
be an albatross.
Right. But listen, he's also not the only long ball hitter in the field, and we're going to talk about that more in a few minutes. I want to talk about Rory.
This is a funny one. We should be drinking Arnie Palmies today instead of coffee.
We should. If we had thought about it far enough, this is we need that coffee to get going, man.
We'd be dead.
The Arnie Palmies can be a little bit later on, that's for sure. I want to talk about this other exciting news. I don't know if you guys saw this. Steven says he needs the chiropractor special. You get it. Exactly. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I thought this was something that it wasn't as big a news as it should have been, because for us as fans, I think this is going to be a huge game changer. So Amazon announces this partnership with the PGA Tour, Amazon Web Services, and here's what it means. Sometimes it's tough to see the technical details. You need something broken down like this. But what's coming is that fans will have live access to every shot from every player.
Love that.
We're also going to have speed rounds with new camera angles, which I love those. I'm a big guy who sometimes, if I'm busy at work or with the kids, I'll go and I'll catch up on YouTube and just watch some of the quick round replays if I didn't get to watch the round to get caught up. So that's great. Also, the charity side, growing the first tee. And then how about this, Mike? A data lake with nearly 100 years of content going back. I mean,
pick up on some of those Ben Hogan clips.
It's crazy. Shout out to Carson, says he's watching this while he's in school. But I mean, really, really cool. And I think this is what happens. You give us something that we get a taste of, and then we want it. And it would happen with the Masters app last year. We say every year, the Masters app is the gold standard, as far as I'm concerned, for consuming these tournaments. Right? But we only get it with the Masters. But last year we had it where we could pick any player and watch every shot. Not only as fans, but also fantasy. Play fantasy golf. You want to have your fantasy lineup and be able to watch it. And this, I think, is going to be big.
I think it's going to be huge.
Pete asked, is this a U.S. only thing or international also? Great question, Pete. I don't know. Some of the info stuff is just rolling out, but we'll see. Hey, Craig's here. Craig, what's up? Craig, great to have you. You got to get back out there and play again. Actually, funny thing, we just had a video out yesterday talking about the putt out. And
Craig made a little appearance.
Yes, we flashed back to that round at West Lanks. Never forget it. One of the most fun we've had on the golf course in a long time, playing with those guys, Craig and Cam. That was awesome.
Craig snapped some of the most fire photos we've ever gotten out there. Yeah. I still look back at those to this day.
I know. I'm still jealous of that. His ability out there with the camera is incredible. But anyway, so I think this is great for golfers. As fans, I think it's great to continue to grow fantasy. But just this idea that they're going to be able to leverage Amazon and just bring us like the data and bring us the shot by shot for every player. It's so cool.
It is cool, and I can't wait.
It's going to help grow the game.
I think they were talking about doing something with the NFL by 2023. Amazon is just making the right strides. So,
well, look, they've got the resources. Right. They've got the ability to do all that data, which is what it takes. So now, whatever. But anyway, let's move on. I want to talk about Tiger. Obviously, Tiger's on the tip of everyone's tongue. We don't have a whole lot of information still, but Mike, tell us what we do have.
Yeah, I had dinner with Tiger's doctor last night, and it sounded so good.
Yeah. You had us all sold. All right.
Sorry. No, but, the most recent update we have here, last week we had Dr. Pete, our friend Dr. Pete, who gave us an update just based on his thoughts on Tiger's injuries and what he thinks. And recently on it was one of the Today shows here in the area, Dr. John Torres was quoted by saying that the hope for Tiger going forward is, number one, if he can even walk again. So complete opposite side than our take last week. He said that, he even said the line, that he can walk his daughter down the aisle. I mean, his daughter's young. So, he's just trying to put in perspective, how long this could take for him. And hopefully the best case scenario is that he gets back to the level of golf that he's used to But a lot of people are thinking that they may never see Tiger Woods play golf again.
Yeah, at least not competitively. I've heard this before, but I don't know. There's a part of me, it could be the fan in me. I just don't want to believe it, and I also want to think like it's Tiger. He's come back from so much, but I've heard more. We talk about like the fractures, but it's the muscles and things like that. You just don't know. I mean, I don't even want to have my mind go there. I just want to see him. First of all, I think the most important take was the one from Rory a couple weeks ago saying we're just fortunate to still have him.
For sure.
But ultimately, I got to think that we see Tiger play again.
I mean, we were diving into that report from the doctor, and it got more in depth as far as like his bones shattered in multiple places, the surgeries they had to put him back together. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There was possible infections, but could have led to amputations.
Jeez.
So very lucky that he's going to be able to walk out of there with both legs, rods or screws or not. We got to be thankful for that.
Hey, quick sidebar here. Duke asked, is the Pinehurst trip still on? Yes, it is. It is back on. Thankfully, things are starting to move again. And we will be, right now, we are planning to be there in April.
So excited.
And rolling out a whole new Pinehurst series for you guys.
We're not going to sleep that week, guys.
No. This thing has been postponed so many times. Our mind is so running with what we want to do. I think you're right. We're not going to even sleep. It's going to be fun. All right, so let's see here. A lot of you guys, hot takes on Tiger here. It's great. Be back. Again, I can't get all your comments in here, but it's good to see.
A couple of Facebook, Ryan Miller on Facebook, coffee and golf all day, every day, life goals 2021. Yeah. I wish we could do this every day. That'd be great.
Yeah, let's see. Here you go. This is a great take. Mike says, this guy did marine training for fun. He'll find a way to at least play.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I said. I've said this so long. I've always said this. Don't bet against Tiger. I think if anything, Tiger uses it as motivation. He's not going to want to go out like this. Guy. He's so competitive.
He's not going to want to go out like this.
All right. So this is another story that popped up, and I thought this is incredible because the odds of making a hole-in-one have been calculated at 12,500 to 1. So when I saw this news pop up the other day, Florida man makes 3 hole-in-ones in 5 days. And his quote was, "I just have had a lot of luck." Now, here's a guy who's playing golf clearly every day. He's retired, he's down there, but still, 3 hole-in-ones in 5 days. I'm no mathematician, but the incredible odds that it would take for that, I can't begin to imagine.
Yeah, I mean, are we calling this guy out? Is this
real?
That's
the thing. I don't know. Is it real? I got it. People, some of the jokes I got to say on social media have been hilarious. A lot of people just posting pictures of the course and just showing a mini golf course.
Right. Yeah. I've gotten 3 hole-in-ones on a mini golf course.
Yeah. Jason says Florida man is one epic dude. He's always showing up with crazy stuff.
He's always doing crazy stuff.
Someone who was born on that day is going to search. The old thing, search your birthday in Florida, man? Right. Someone's going to get that one. I want that one.
Exactly.
I think mine was like some guy robbed a bank without wearing a shirt or something. I don't know what it was. But so insane. It is wild, this story. And I'll tell you what, that guy, if that's true, he's got to go play the lotto or something.
He's got to go play the lotto. Because if that's true, that's ridiculous.
I can't imagine the bar tab that's been running at that course.
Yeah, big time. Dude's paying for drinks forever.
You got to think too. He's gonna be like what do you call it? The people playing with him can't be. Right. Like if I'm playing with you and you make 3 hole-in-ones in 5 days, I'd be like, Mike, come on. Yeah. Like it can't be. Stop it. We got
to give a cheers to Pete.
Pete, yes, super chat. He goes, this fella tells his caddy, head down to the green. Here's a 50. Exactly. Exactly.
Love it.
The Pete buying us our coffees every week. Appreciate it. Dude's got all the ladies at the gated community. You guys are too much, man.
These are great.
But these are great. But anyway, you guys, I'm curious. I posted on my own social on Instagram last night the closest I've ever been to a hole-in-one, which was just last November. I think it was November. We were out there, Crystal Springs, Ballyowen, and I was this close. And it just... We actually did a challenge on our YouTube channel where I think we took 100 shots at a hole-in-one. And I've seen some of the pros do it too. And you just realize, I saw there was one that Rory and JT did, and they were just getting more and more frustrated. It's just that hard.
It's hard.
But I want to see, have you got one? Just post in the comments if you've gotten a hole-in-one before, because I'm jealous. It's got to happen eventually. Neither one of us has ever had one.
Nope. Been close, like you.
Been close.
But
close doesn't cut it.
Close
doesn't
matter.
get it. All right. Well, look at this stat real quick. Norman Manley of California has 51 hole-in-ones in his life, 1964 to 1970. Jeez, come on.
It's like the guy in The Great Outdoors who got struck by lightning 66 times. Hopefully you're not too young to know that movie.
The most I've ever seen a person in firsthand tell me about
that's crazy.
Is an older guy who's in his 90s still playing. I got paired with him at a Muni, and he told me he had 8, but he had been playing for 60 years. But he had 8 hole-in-ones.
That's nuts.
That's the most that I've ever personally been. My father has 3.
Yeah, my
father
it's
has
great.
3.
I think having one in your back pocket is just awesome.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, moving on. We also want to tell everybody
2K21 count.
Let's great movie, Mike. So look, people do get the reference. Let's give a quick update. I know you have a quick update on the merch. People had questions on that, right?
Yeah. No, real quick. So the hoodies are back. So the hoodies sold out, but they got them back in stock. So they're out there. If you guys are looking for a Golficity hoodie, there's a whole bunch of different kinds out there. So we always appreciate the support. Thank you.
Yes, and stay tuned. I know in our video yesterday, one of the biggest comments we got was about the cross tees hat that I've been wearing. That's a special project we've been working on with a limited edition run. So as soon as those are out, which is in the next couple of weeks, we'll let everybody know.
I can't wait.
It's like, yeah, it was one of our favorite hats. Carson says my aunt has 5 hole-in-ones.
Nice.
Jeez. Unbelievable. And then the other thing, too, is if you guys aren't already following Golficity on TikTok, make sure you follow us over there. We're trying to do some really fun new stuff this year. And so we've got a big and rising golf TikTok star. It's going to be coming into HQ in just a few weeks.
Yeah.
We're going to do some fun stuff.
Yeah,
all I can tell you, this is a very,
I'm curious if you guys are on TikTok
top
and if you could
secret.
start guessing. Just throw some if you think you know who it is, a rising young kid golf TikTok star. Let me say, curious.
And I like this, doing some different things. I'm like outside the box golf stuff because I think it brings new people to the game. But this is a top secret project. This one's going to be
top secret, baby.
Fun. This one's going to be fun. All right, and then one of our favorite segments every week, of course, is our Heartbreak of the Week. And I don't know if you guys want to take a guess at what this one was. If you follow us on Instagram so closely, you'll see, hey, look, by the way, I know I bounce back and forth because I'm reading your comments. A lot of you are guessing Garrett Clark from GM Golf. Unfortunately, it's not Garrett, but talk about rising stars. That's just the first person you think of. Garrett is such a terrific dude. We actually last January in Florida met up with him, did a little range session. We've been kind of doing these little collabs here and there with him for years. In fact, I saw he did a video on TikTok the other day where he mashed up all of his best shots.
I saw that.
And in the third one, he's so young. It's like 3-4 years ago, and he's wearing the Golficity hat we had sent him back then. Garrett is such a great guy.
He's a great dude.
I wish him all the success in the world.
Daniel said he bought a shirt. Can't wait to get it. Thanks, Daniel.
All right, so let's jump right back in. Let's do the Heartbreak of the Week.
Let's run with it.
Here she is. No chance. So what bunker is this, Mike?
This is the mine shaft at Scottsdale National, which is believed owned by Bob Parsons.
It's also, isn't it rated the hardest course in the world when they have a certain spot where they put the pins where you just can't.
Well, then we're just going to have to go out and play it.
We're going to have to play it. But so this is called the mine shaft. And look at this thing. Almost hits him in the face, comes right back. I have seen a lot of clips from this thing. You get down in there. I don't know how you get out. I think you've got to go out backwards, but I think everyone loves to give it a shot. And it's deadly because you've got all that wood there that ball can come right back at you. I'm just watching it on loop, and every time I flinch.
I just feel like he didn't have enough loft here. I feel like he's hitting a 52 when he should have a 60. I feel like where he is in that bunker,
I don't know.
Be able to get it straight up.
It's tough to tell the scale on this.
Yeah,
that's like about a 20-foot deep bunker.
Look at me looking at that and saying it's easy.
Mike's like, yeah, get right out of there, no problem.
Short game, magic. Money club.
Yeah, Gary says hand wedge. I think that's exactly what you need in there. Got that 68 degree in the bag.
We got
Tommy
the 76 Superfly.
Yeah, so we're going to be filming a fun video. We went on, where did you get it? Was it eBay?
eBay.
You went on
$39.99.
and bought a 76-degree wedge. So stay tuned for that. We're going to do something a little fun with that. Yeah, need to get your 76 there. Duke knows about the 76. We're gonna do the Superfly 76. All right, and then I want you guys. We're gonna do one of our favorite segments of the week is making cuts, making bucks. I want you guys to post your picks in the comments. Let us know who you think. We always like to do this Friday after the first round is in order. And like I said, we've had some great success. I had 2 wins in a row, and then I thought I had Koepka last week.
But hey, a 1-1 and a 2, 3 weeks, it's great.
Exactly. So let's kick it off with you, Mike. Who is your pick this week?
All right, this week I'm going to go with Viktor Hovland. He started the day off at T4. Let me see where he is now. I think he's playing.
I think he jumped up.
Oh, he's in first.
Okay,
he's T1. All right, so he's what is he today? He's -3 today. He's 3 under today. So yes, he jumped up to first. But I'm still running with him. I think I like this kid. He's number 1 in the FedEx Cup. He's playing for some big things. You know, again, we got Ryder Cup year as well as the potential of getting to East Lake and holding that trophy, and I think that could be on his mind. He's hot. He's one of the hottest guys on tour. Going with him.
He is, and I like I said, like we talked about Morikawa, I like seeing these young guys just coming in and just raising the bar and the whole field across the board. Randy just asked, just joined, what bunker from hell was that? So that was, which one was it?
The mine shaft.
It's called the mine shaft.
Yep.
That's that Bob Parsons course. All right, so my pick, I got to go with Rory this week for a couple reasons. One, you hear me talk about it week in and week out. My picks always are based on current form. We talked earlier in the show about Rickie with his ebb and flow, Jason Day coming back. These guys, they come in and out of form, but at the end of the day, you want to catch these guys when they're hot, and I think that the dual thing that we've got working here is you got Rory coming in good form. He's got also the long game we talked about with Bryson to do well in this course. He's also a previous winner here. There's just guys who just do well at certain courses. Again, next week on the show, you're going to hear we just did our interview with Bubba Watson for the podcast. We talked to Bubba. We broke down, what do you call it?
Sawgrass.
Well, TPC River Highlands.
Oh, River Highlands, yes.
We broke that down. We broke down his Masters wins, and we talked about this. Just certain times these guys get attached to certain courses that just play to their game. We talked to Bubba about why certain courses didn't
Asked him
play
point blank why he doesn't play well at Sawgrass.
Right.
He gave an answer.
And he'll tell us. But that's where I think you say, Rory, he's won here before, and he comes in with the form to get it done. I gotta put my money behind Rory this week.
Yeah,
no
I like that pick.
Some other guys, great picks in here. Steven says Paul Casey. And you're right, wants that spot on the Ryder Cup. We've said that other guys have had similar motivation, and Casey, he's been playing well. He's right in the mix as well. Manny has English taking it, and Homa, I mean, talk about form. He is on a hot streak. I don't know where he is in the field right now, but I think he was in the top 10, striking distance. Yeah, no doubt about it.
He's staying hot. He's staying hot. But you got big names still in there. You got DeChambeau. Didn't even go off yet. He's -5.
Yeah.
If Matthew Fitzpatrick, he didn't go off yet. Actually, he is off. He's -5.
Yeah, Brandon says, I've got that feeling like the U.S. Open. It's true. What he did at the Open, there was no one catching him. He can shorten the course incredibly. And who'd we have on the podcast? I think it was Scott McCarron, right? We talked about what Bryson did.
Yes.
And he was saying how normally things like the rough are there to punish you, but when Bryson was getting the ball so darn close, you're taking even a wedge 60 yards out from the rough. It's better than these other guys 150 yards out from what would seemingly better positions.
Right.
But I think, that would be my secondary would be Bryson to see what Bryson can do there as well. But I'll tell you what, I got to go Rory this week. You're going Hovland.
I'm going to go Hovland. Let's see where we end up on Sunday.
We're going to see how that ends up. A lot of you guys, great picks throwing them in here. But that's everything we have for Coffee and Golf for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, tune in, set those notifications. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're live on Twitch. So wherever you guys are, make sure you set those clocks. Join us every week, because this is some of the most fun we have each week is just getting a chance to engage with you guys and talk about the hottest topics.
So I love it. I love it every week. And next Friday, once we're done with Coffee and Golf, we're heading out to the golf course.
Yeah, finally.
55 degrees and sunny.
Finally back out on the golf course. All right, guys. Really great seeing everybody. enjoy your weekends. Enjoy the Arnold Palmer. It's one of my favorite events every single year. So enjoy it, and we'll see everybody again next week.